Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of our X4 Imperial playthrough. We are currently in Bastion. I couldn't quite remember what the plan was from last episode, or why I was waiting so much in the CSA main headquarters territory. So I've come back to Bastion because I thought I needed to buy a blueprint, which I didn't. And we've just accepted a mission to do a quick patrol in our TIE Phantom in Munalist. Because it's been a long time since we've actually done any little missions for the Empire. We don't need the credits, but it is nice to every now and again check in with them. And also there's been some pirates kicking around, harassing some of our freighters. So I thought, while we're doing a bit of an introduction, we can do that, and we can kind of hang around there. I'll go over what
completed.
Or what I've been doing off camera, because I've done some bits. The second Warcog station is now operational and working. We've ordered some new ships. We'll go over that once we get there. In Munalist, mainly been kind of like just doing all the boring things behind the scenes and getting us into a position where we can start making a secondary fleet, so we can do the push down in in the I don't know who that was. Was that the ISD that we're meant to be talking to?
Jump completed. Munalist.
Good for me? No. So this is one of those ones where we have to talk to the station. Oh, I remember why I don't do these anymore. We can't just patrol. I think the peace and stability ones are definitely the more reliable ones, in regards to kind of like doing the mission. So this episode we're going to be looking at trying to build up a secondary fleet, actually doing some expansion. So we're going to expand into Unknown Regions 1, and I think his next logical step is to start working towards being able to get a large and extra large ship production facility. Have you got any orders? No, you don't. Good, get up. Get up, stand up. I've also, off camera, been doing the rest of the research for the stations, for the research station. So we can check out what we need to do, or what, because now we should have access to exceptional upgrades, which will be nice. So, just flying about. Oh, it's been a long time since we've done anything like this. TIE Phantom. One of the major... So, we are starting to make a lot of money, which is good, because we're going to need it to get these blueprints. Let me in.
TIE Phantom.
But for some of the ships, I think we're looking at kind of like 200 million, which is expensive. So we'll just have a little float towards
high-tech factory.
This factory here. It's not that far away, and let's just have a quick rundown. So first of all, the factories. Bastion, for some reason I'd not put on a smart chip production facility, so we now have that. And then our Jeddah Warcog station, that's now getting smart chips. We've bought we transferred one of the miners across, and we've bought a couple of other miners, and we've bought 3 scrap ships, just so they can start getting us Durasteel plates and modular prefabs. Because this is a scrap-rich region, which is nice. And then the only other thing I've done, because now we've got all the blueprint parts to be able to make the Etters, the Arcs. Can't remember if we can make Y-wings, but we've got basically pretty much everything we need to be able to make us own ships. I've got as many ships in as we can possibly dock. Well, minus 1 or 2 ships. So we're now at 188 fighters. We do need to do some changes to the Victory's complement of interception fighters. I'm happy with the B-wings, although they could do with moving over to the bombardment group, so we'll do that now. And there's a couple of ships that I think we're probably going to sell and replace. So you've got the Kamola Guga and the Star Chaser, but we'll keep them there for the minute. That fleet's still sat in Hook, which is kind of our mainstay base at the minute. And we've named some of the ships. So we've got the Izzard, which is our Victory 2. Izzard was one of the bad guys from the X-Wing series. She took over the Empire. She's an ex-intelligence officer. We've got the Scythe, and which we've named the ISD-1, and then the 2 546s. They've been named as well. I think I called them Hammer and something else. Hammer and Wrath. So all the ships are named now, which, you know, it doesn't affect anything in gameplay whatsoever. It's just a thing. So the ISD's up in Bastion at the minute. See, that's another good thing to get. Like one of the decent things about these missions is you kind of get to see where the fleets are and what they're doing and what's patrolling where, which is good. And you earn a couple of credits on the side, which is also nice. I mean, we could actually go and just hang around with the ISD and just follow that around. We'd get money for that, even though it's out of system. But like I said, there was a Mandalorian raider kicking around here at one point because it kept attacking. That the Kaminoans are still buying our Arc 170s and our Etters, which is really good. We're making lots of money from that station now. In fact, if we kind of like look at how we'll have a look at the transaction log in a moment. Let's just get around this place, just as kind of like our, because I don't think we've checked in. So all the station bank accounts are topped up to the maximum. Just before starting recording this, so about 8 minutes ago, I emptied all the accounts, done the accept all, and they're making quite a bit of money. That's doing the last of the research on there. But yeah, so over 5 million between those two stations themselves, and then a few thousand on our other little smaller projects. So our money's going up pretty damn quick, which is nice to see. That's the research I was on about. Basically, we're just buying in the last few bits so we can we can teleport anywhere within systems that'll let our ships, and that's mainly for me off camera, because what will most likely happen is I'll have a ship at Kotonica so I can go see the CSA. We've got we can teleport to the Imperial shipyards and the Imperial bases, and then we've got this down here, our Warcog Jeddah station, which, if we look at the logical overview on that, look how much money we're making. We're still having to oh, I read that wrong. Oh, that's us transferring money. So we're still buying in food and medical supplies to these stations. We were up until recently having to buy in smart chips as well, because I don't know why I'd not put smart chips on the agenda, but I'd not. So, and we've managed to bring the operational cost for this station down because we've switched it all to we supply everything, and it's under this trade rule one. So yeah, we're starting to make money. The Jeddah one isn't as profitable as the Bastion one because not as many people are buying ships from it yet, but that'll soon change when we get a little bit more variety in our ships. We're going to start looking at getting some blueprints for medium ships soon. We'll probably actually do this episode so we can start. All the only ships we'll have to focus on buying is the large ones and the extra large ships. So that's good. So let's just...
Docking granted.
Okay, didn't mean to do that. I don't want to dock either. I had actually clicked the stop button. We just had a little bit of a glitch, a lag. I am noticing as we're getting bigger, and we've explored more of the maps and there's fleets are getting bigger and stuff like that, the game is slightly stuttering every now and again. Oh, one last thing on our introductory update. We are now officially classed as an empire, which is pretty good. We are officially a warlord, and in fact I think what we need to do is we need to give ourselves some nice titles. So we're now Grand Admiral. No, that's not how you spell Admiral. Admiral. Neither's that. Admiral Jack Gumption the Third. And we are, our organisation is Warlord Gumption. There we go. Because I was looking at, so when I've been looking at like what the warlords called the fleets and stuff like that, they didn't really have, they just named them after themselves. So you had like Zinj and I can't remember the others. Yeah, you had Warlord Zinj, and there was quite a few others in there as well. And they didn't seem to have any special organisation names, like Black Sun or
High-tech factory.
Valerian Syndicate or anything. They just used to call themselves Warlord Thingy, and that was their faction as well as everything else that they might need.
You're a hit.
Oh, that's the other thing. Oh, there's another thing. So in Jeddah, we were getting attacked by some Vong fighters. So I've got a feeling that the Vong might be kicking around in that sector. So we'll have to deal with that at some point soon. Yeah, I want to kill the Vong.
Asteroid.
I don't think there's been much in the change of the whole map front at the minute either. The only thing that's really changed, let's have a look. So this is down at the bottom of the map. We seem to be making a little bit of a, the Empire seems to be making a push down this way. And the New Republic have managed to take Anson. It's the CSA that I'm kind of watching at the minute, because although they're not aggressive, what they tend to do is when a sector near them gets taken out, after a while they move in and they just basically start taking it. I bet that's the Kaminoans that are attacking that. Can we see? No, we don't want to see the planet, we want to see what's attacking it. Is that an arc? Oh no, it's Vong! Oh, so they're getting attacked by Vong fighters as well, that's fine. One thing we do need to be careful of with our relationship with the CSA. Oh no, again, I keep forgetting. I keep thinking the Kaminoans are fighting against the CSA, but they're not. It's the other way around. The Kaminoans are fighting against the ICG, which we're at war with as well. I was thinking at some point we might actually go and see the Kaminoans and see if we can lend them a hand when we get a nice fleet organised, and we've pushed back the New Republic a little bit. Because I don't really want to try and wipe out the New Republic at the minute, because the thing we'll have to do, ideally, is if we're going to be taking systems from them, we need to move in and build stations to claim them ourselves, and then that requires digging in a foothold and things like that. And I think what I'd rather do, go in, essentially try and destroy their economy as much as we can, and cripple them that way, and let the Empire, if the Empire wants to push a little bit, they can. And then when we've got everything we need and we can basically build any ship that we want, then start moving in for conquest. Because it's alright taking sectors, but if we can't hold them, and the New Republic fleets at the minute, the big fleets, it's not like we can just leave a couple of patrol ships kicking around. They are big, they require like a proper sector fleet with a couple of ISDs plus escorts and all that other good stuff. So what I'll do, I'll finish off this mission because we've started it, so we might as well finish it, and then we'll do a little bit of a expansion phase. And we'll start building a defence station in Unknown Regions 1. I don't think is there anything else in Unknown Regions 1? That's of any note. So it's got sunlight, it's got ore. We could potentially set up a silicon wafer refinery or something like that in this sector. But I think at the minute we basically just could do with something here to claim it, and also keep tabs on it, because we don't want anyone to potentially get the jump on us.
Refinery.
In fact, we could do that now. We can just hang about.
Docking aborted.
Not like we need the money. We'll just jump to this station. Because I want to build a new class of station. So we've got the adders, which are the small ones. We've got the cobras, which are a substantial size one. But we need to come up with a name in the snake family. King Cobra, which utilises the full base.
Short range transporter.
I'm getting loads of these. Have we actually been paid for any of these yet?
Docking granted.
Right, so Unknown Region 1, we need to claim a new plot, and it's going to be, would 10 by 10 by 10 be too big? Do we actually need that much depth for a defense station? We don't really do it. What does that look? Create new plot. Oh, it's going to need not 0. Let's go 5. Actually, no. We'll go 10. 10 by 10 by 10. I think that's a good size. And I don't want it directly in front of the gate. I do want it kind of like there, I think. Yeah, that looks good. Alright. So we'll come back to that in a second. Let's just do this bloody mission. Where do you want? Hey, Macarena.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How much you paying me?
Thanks for your help.
You're welcome. You're welcome, guys.
Ship Technology Factory.
Because yeah, I'm thinking beefing up the defences. Because if we're classed as an empire and a major faction, then what might happen is the New Republic and the Mandalorians might actually decide that they're going to make a push on our territory. Is a possibility. I want to go and see
Star Destroyer 1.
this ISD-1. Actually,
Satellite.
I want to go and see that. I've got a bone to pick with you.
BFF goes anti-transport. Ship Technology Factory.
Yeah, that one there.
Satellite.
Select the
Graphene
satellite.
Refinery.
Want that.
Lancer Patrol Craft.
Is that Lancer and Friend? Oh, I've got a feeling that's Lancer and Friend. And you've got a little patrol buddy. Ooh, you've got a couple of patrol buddies. We would get destroyed. I'm pretty sure on that fight. Let's go and sit near the Star Destroyer. If it was just the fighters, then I would go for it. If it was just the Lancer, I would hesitate. Well, I might go for it.
Imperial Star Destroyer 1.
Lancers can be pretty mean. Originally developed as by the Imperials as a kind of like anti-fighter ship, a countermeasure to the rebels' forces, because the rebels obviously relied on snub fighters and things like that. So they developed the Lancer as a little anti-ship, or at least there is a ship called that. Whether it's that exact one, there is a ship called a class of ships called the Lancer, which is an Imperial one. Hey there, boss. What does your fleet consist of? So you've got an ISD-1,
Victory 2 Star
Victory,
Mobilizer 418 Cruiser.
and then you've got one of those stupid ships. Well, that's not fair, is it? It's a very good ship. I would very much like to have one of these ships in our fleet, but they're just an accident waiting to happen. Like they just aggro everything around them. There's no control. There's no control, man. What can you do with a ship like that? The answer is nothing. So I just got one more little dink. I'll finish this off, like I said I would, and then I'll hand it in, and then we'll go and do that mission. Because I can just sit in, I'll just sit inside. Oh, okay, so it wasn't actually a bad payday at the end of it. We got quite a bit of money for killing those little drones. We got a chunk of money for the patrol. The escort gave us a fair bit of money as well. So it looks like the escort part gives you more money still than just going to the station as individual. And we got an engagement bonus. So all in all, a nice little payday. None of which is massively important because we are rich anyway. Well, at the minute, everything could go wrong. Let's see how rich we can be. So, it just makes so much money, our little Warcog station. Fantastic. Right, our unknown region factory. Continue. So we've got a big old box. We need to make a defense station, or just a simple defense station. And we're going to go with this one because we haven't got one of these yet, and I fancy one. So it's a control station. Very nice. You can hear that in the background. That's the weird computer sounds. I don't like those. I once thought my computer was broken. High preset. This is confirm module change. I'm interested. How many guns does that actually have? Edit loadout. She's got 4 station 4. Wow. 6. What? 15 small guns and then 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24 station batteries. That thing's insane. Nice. So, the part of the problem we might have with building one of these is we don't actually have the proper basic docking things. We've just got the wharf bits and stuff like that, which I don't really want to turn this into a wharf. I mean, we could just leave it like that. That'd be a pretty... Will one of these fit on? I mean, one of those would fit in there. I don't know what that would look like. It's probably going to look like rubbish. You could have like a docking bay there, maybe. I'll tell you what we'll do. The proper Imperial Wharf bits. I don't think I can actually buy them in here. Build. I figured out how to build the ships faster as well, which I'll show you in a second. Let me get to my Phantom. And then let's get to Bastion. So in the menu for the stations, when you've got the wharfs on or an equipment dock, I actually noticed it on the Rebel playthrough. There's a type of drone which is the build drone, and if you add more build drones, it seems to increase the speed somewhat.
Engaged.
So you look at this, you know, into your logical overview. So down here you have your different drones, and our build drone. So that's at 91. So if you remember, originally it was taking us about 15 minutes to build a small ship. It now does it in about 5. And that's the only thing I've changed, so I'm assuming that's the only thing that's affected it. So it'll be another quick cut, but I'm going to go and dock at Bastion, and then we'll look at those blueprints and get enough so we can make a new class of defense station and see what money we've got left over. So we might be able to buy some medium ships or something like that. Alright, so here we are with Anastasia. We're going to look at some blueprints. So I think they're under dock modules. Well, they're not actually that much. Oh, actually they're really cheap. So we'll just grab all them. 11 million, we've still got 21 million left. Let's have a look at some ships. Now, We can afford such as the custom corvettes and the Gazantes and stuff like that, but you also need to think you need to buy the engines and everything. We use a lot of these ships and the Lambers for trade and stuff like that, so I think, or we could actually start using Theta as a trade ship and that as more of a military vessel moving forward. So I think what I'm going to do is we'll spend about 15 million and we'll get those as well. Ooh, this is going to be an expensive shopping trip. Do we need those? Medium concussion, missile launchers. So some of these are going to need turrets, aren't they? I don't know which ones are which. We've got the mining ones. Shield generators, I think we've got pretty much all the shield generators. Have we got all the medium ones? Yeah, because we bought most of them by accident. We might as well get those ones. Got a load of droids. Engines. So, we're going to need the Berea engine. And we're probably going to need the Theta engine as well. Confirm. So, although that's not massively helpful to the war fleet, it does mean that we can build more ships for the Imperials, which down near Jeddah seems to be more mining. So we might get a bit of business that way. Come on, you can save quicker than that. And it means we're saving ourselves money when we're building new stations, because instead of having to spend a couple of million on a mining ship or a trade ship or anything like that, we can actually just straight out buy them. So if we were to build ships, let's just make sure we can build. So we can't. So what would that be on a high preset? What are we missing? So I think that's because ours come with a resource probe, maybe? Theta. Did we ever do it? The high preset Theta. So it's got everything that it could want, and we can add all the equipment on. Yeah, we're missing resource probes and stuff like that, which we'll get those blueprints eventually. The main thing, though, for the minute, is we need to get this on its way. So, docking modules. It's a big station. She's a big station. I'm wondering if this will be better. Because where are the turrets on this? Does it actually show you? I'm imagining they're dotted around everywhere, but would it be dotted around on the top? I don't know. Let's not worry about that for the moment. These are all dead ends, so I don't want them. They don't have to have massive capacity for docking. Although I was kind of thinking it would be cool to have a template for. So phase 1 would be a bare bones basic thing. Phase 2 would be like a trade station, that kind of thing. But we'll probably hang fire on that one for the minute. How do these things fit? I've got a feeling you'll probably not fit in. Wait, you're not going to fit in there, right? Oh no, you would fit in there. All right, well we'll go with that then. Because one of the slight issues with these is once these are in position, you can't actually add anything else onto them. Like there's no connection points on the backs or anything like that. So the rear of this station will, or this side of the station will be where you dock and everything like that. What are we looking at? Does it tell us how many turrets and stuff like that? So do you, if we go and edit loadout, you know, high preset on everything. So you've got batteries as well as a few guns. So everything looks like it's got guns. Yeah, all those. And it would be nice if we had a readout of what each shield does. Go with the Q-out ones. Alright, confirm loadout changes. Do you have any loadout changes? No, you're just a dock. Okay, so that kind of works. We don't want to build module on this one. Have modules. No, it's just a defense station. Unless we did kind of want to go. No, we don't want to do that. I am tempted to put some storage modules on. So we could go with this one. Do we want a defense station or do we want a trade station? Trade kind of station would be good. What's the... we don't have the top though. So there's a defense, there's a trade station top. We'll leave that off for the minute. I think we're just going to keep it like this for the moment. Because one thing we can do, we go defense modules, is, so I noticed the Imperials do this quite a bit. I want you a little bit near the top. We can have like a little defense anchor. So these work. You'll see them around Imperial defense bases and stuff like that. So they're just like a free floating defense platform. No, not just the module. We want the whole sequence, copy sequence. We'll get one there. We'll get one kind of here. I'm thinking these will act a bit like Dragon's Teeth. If you've ever seen Dragon's Teeth, so they were like an old school or an old style tank trap, and it's basically just a jagged. Oh, I don't want you there. You're about here. Down a bit. Basically, just like they stick up, so tanks can't drive over them. If they try, they get stuck. It might kind of bite us in the backside, but the idea of that layout is we're actually going to move you down a little bit. Actually, no, we're going to move the back one down a bit. And we'll bring you that way as well. So if ships try and come in, there's no so you can't do any like straight flight path around it. And we're going to leave the bottoms and the top relatively clear, so then if we do decide to turn this into a trade station, we've got the possibility to do so. So we're going to have that as all high presets. And we'll just double check. Edit loader. I don't know what that noise was. I didn't like it. I don't know why you wouldn't do that on a high preset. Confirm. Okay. Confirm module changes. And then you'll need some money. How much can I give you at the minute? I can give you 1 million at the minute to get things moving. Let's just have a quick look. What was that? Little bleep bloop sound. I didn't like the sound of that. Let's just see if we can't get a little bit more money out of the old accounts. Yes, of course we can. That gives us 5 million. I don't know how much this station was to build. Plan build. $21 million, so it's not going to be a cheap station at all. That's fine. We've got 6 million to go. That should get the main, hopefully, one of the main parts ready. And yeah, I don't know why it keeps popping up with that bloop 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 noise. We're not losing reputation, are we? Should quickly check. The Note Federation, they don't like us. Oh, Independence Commerce Guild are not majorly annoyed with us. I'm surprised these guys even exist, to be honest. They all hate me. They don't mind me. What about the Galactic Empire? They should be my best friends. Yes, they are. We're a ranger first and foremost for those, and an entrepreneur second. And then they don't like us. They think we're a raider. And then the rebels. Does that mean you can buy licenses for the rebels? Are they not classed as a major faction? Like a secondary faction? Who knows? Right, so at the minute we're a bit low on the old funding. What missions have we got? It was to build a defence station and deliver an attack fleet, and you want us to destroy that station in Vortex, don't you? I think, yeah. So if we just quickly pause it there. 68 fighters. What's this consist of? An MC-40, an MC-80, 2 MC-75s, Moncal supply ship. What are they? Dreadnoughts? What we got? Alright, so Quasars. That's pretty light on fighters to say how many carriers they've got. MC-40s. And then a substantial amount of ships. So I would say this is, as it stands at the minute, this is quite a small New Republic fleet. That's their, but that's the rest of their fighter complement getting repairs down at that bounty hunter station. So that we need to be able to start beating those handily. And not in like a war of attrition. We need to be able to go bang, slap them down, get rid of them with minimal casualties, I think is going to be the plan. So it might be a bit while before we're fully in the combat, or back to in the combat the way we were. Right, so I'm happy we've got this done. We're claiming new sectors as our own. It's, you know, it's more of a token gesture, but it'll be ours. It adds to our empire. We need to move into these areas as well at some point to start farming the, what do you call them, the Xenon ships, so we can start doing this mission. She wants 5 46B unit panels. And also I want this section. But again, to hold these, we're going to need fleets to basically stay there all the time. We might be, if this just spawns fighters, we might be able to get away with the fighters. This one seems to spawn big fleets all the time. So yeah, a lot to do and no credits to do it with at the minute. So I'm going to go and make us some money. I'll wait for some money to appear in the stations. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to see about getting the backbones of our new fleet up and running. It's not going to be as big as this fleet. It would be nice if we could actually afford the Venator. How much is a Venator? Because one thing we could do is we could go with a Venator on... Nope, we can't do that just yet because we don't have the engines and stuff like that. But if we went on a minimum preset and then we bought the turrets, that'd be 48 million, and we could up that. We can make 48 million in no time. Right, so that is the plan. The new flagship for the new ship, the new fleet is going to be a Venator again. Because I just liked the Venator. The Venator seemed so much. All right, it did the weird, like when it was deploying fighters, it was insane how it used to get kicked around. But it was a hell of a lot quicker than a Star Destroyer, and it just seemed better, like a better ship. So we're going to buy a bare bones Venator, I think, and we'll collect it and we'll fly it back to our... Oh no, we can't do that, can we? We could do it in an Imperial shipyard. Let me have a think about it. We might go with just a couple of victories because we'd need to get it all the way down here, and there's a shipyard right here that we could buy a... what would be good? Say a victory, which is only 22 million. So if we bought 2 victories, or sorry, if we bought a victory, a couple of these to back it up, and then yeah, I think we'll do that rather than Venator at the minute. I would like the Venator obviously in the fleet, but I'd prefer to have the Venator blueprint, to be honest. So in the future, regardless what happens with the CSA, we can have one. So leave that with me. I'm going to have a think. I'm going to have a look. I'm going to make us some credits, and then we'll come back in a moment. Hello and welcome back. We're going to do a little update, and then we're going to go back to Catonica to see the CSA, because I've had a little bit of an idea. So we've pretty much finished this station. It's getting the last of its defense modules made, these little kind of dragon's teeth built, which is good. It means our empire has expanded by a whole new sector. So we've got a bit more real estate, so to speak. We've got 31 million in the bank, and what I've decided to do is, if we just go down to our, let's take it out of Cetera because it'll make it run a little bit smoother. Where is our Jeddah station? And then down is to start the fleet off, the new fleet down here off. We're going to buy a victory, and we're going to do it on our imp victories. 26 million, which is a little bit pricey, but that's fine. Leaves us with 4 million left in the bank. Now, I believe the blueprint for a Venator is around about 250 million. So if we empty all our bank accounts on our Warcog stations, we should be able to afford to buy it. It'll probably mean we're going to drop in ranking, but it does mean we get the Venator blueprint. So if something happens again where the CSA turn around and say, nope, you're not allowed a Venator anymore, it doesn't matter too much, because we'll have the blueprint, and then we can start beelining to get a extra large start guidance to object. Yeah, we can start basically getting the beeline for the extra large ship building module, which is another chunk of change, but we can build towards it, and it won't take that long, to be honest. So we're going to get a victory first of all, and that's going to be stationed outside our Jeddah station. That's going to be kind of like the flagship for now of our second fleet. We'll fill it up with fighters, because this station should, if I'm not mistaken, because no one's buying ships down here, which means we should have pretty much full access to components when it's done auto-saving.
Jump completed. Scan.
So yeah, so we'll be able to make quite a few fighters and bombers. I don't remember. Can we actually get a Y-wing? Or did I not bother buying the Y-wing blueprint? Oh no, we can. Can we build it? Yeah. So we can actually we might make this down at the bottom end the kind of Clone Wars fleet, or we might make the main fleet the Clone Wars fleet, or we might make a third Clone Wars fleet. Because once we've got this done, one of the things we can do is to make it a bit interesting. So we can potentially push on a couple of different sides. Is we could have a build a station in CSA territory, like a big equipment dock, like a Warcog station down in CSA, with a dedicated fleet. Have a dedicated fleet in Jeddah and a dedicated fleet in epically failed. Well done. In Hook, and we can basically, instead of me spending hours, because that's how much time I basically lose when I'm recording these. The longest thing is the logistical going from sectors to sectors and waiting things to happen. So if I can eliminate the travel side of it, then it's a lot easier, so we can start pushing on different fronts. So we could have a Clone Wars fleet, and we could start really pushing on the ICG, and maybe hook up with Camino wherever Camino is. We could have our two fleets pushing on the New Republic, and friends, and eventually it'd be nice to kind of like find out where the Sith Empire is, and take on the Sith Empire. I don't know how big the Sith Empire actually is. I have done a start in the Sith Empire before, and there's not much there. They've got like a few patrol ships, but whether or not they grow as the kind of like the rest of the game grows, I don't know. But they don't have much. They don't have any trade stations or anything like that, so they might just have the Sith fleet is the Sith fleet sort of thing. But we are going via Jägerminer. As you can see down here, we've got a fairly large Imperial fleet kicking around, and
jump completed.
In here, well, it's not actually that bad. We will turn it off of autopilot though. I don't want it to do any stopping shenanigans. What have we got? Dreadnought. Dreadnought.
For a pilot, you are.
Patrols. Oh no. So they've been taking out some mining ships and that. And then
Jump
I
completed.
think the Mandalorians have still got a small presence in Ithor, but it's not massive. It's not really much to write home about.
Autopilot engaged.
I mean, on both playthroughs that we're doing at the minute, one of the faction that seems to really get its backside handed to it is the Imperial Ascendancy, because they used to have all these. Whether or not they've got anything down here, I don't know, but Anarch is usually where one of the shipyards is. Eridu is where another one of their shipyards is. Obviously, if they've lost both of them, I don't know how the AI would recover from that, if it can recover from that, especially when everything else has been kind of like blown up. But yeah, it's all interesting stuff. So we'll see you in Catonica, where we're going to take the plunge, and we're going to spend all our money on something we're not allowed yet. But if we've got it, we don't necessarily. We've got it. It's secured. It's in the bank, and it's ready and waiting for us for when we do need it. So I will see you soon. And here we are coming into land at Catonica to get our basically blueprint. We're gonna find out how much it is first of all.
Hello.
And we can actually get out the TIE Phantom. How much would you be to work?
Hello there.
Because I'm a bit low on crew at the minute in the old TIE Phantom.
Great. I look forward to my.
What we basically had to do is we had to I moved some of the crew out of the Phantom into managing the station down at the defence station, and then we moved another one into the ship trader for our Jeddah branch. Right, blueprints, ships, Excel ships, Venator. Okay. So that's 445 million. That's a lot of.
Good luck out there.
Right, I thought it'd be 200 million. Have we actually got enough? If we took everything from everywhere. I don't think we're going to have enough. No, we're about halfway home. Bagger. Why are you going to be so tight? Huh? Well, why can't you just give it me? I blew up some ICG stations for you guys. I don't think the prices change either when you're ooh, that's a blank door. When you're buying the blueprints, depending on your rep. Because it's going to be another 400 million for that as
Good
well.
luck out there.
Alright, so we're just going to have to keep these guys on side then. So that was a wasted journey. But now we know. The blueprint is 400 million. See, you think you're getting on in this game, you think you're earning money, and then it just...
Can I help? Here you
just
go.
throws you a curveball. Load of this crap. So many of these basic seminars. Have you actually got any? We'll sell that. 2-star piloting. We'll take that. We'll take a 1-star for piloting. Well, why not? We'll sell those. Confirm.
Good luck out there.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't think there's anything we can actually build as well that's any decent. All these you can only really sell with black market people. I mean, we could sell all the processors, but we're scrabbling for change. We're basically, you know, diving down the back of the sofa for the ice cream van at the minute, trying to find all the little bits of shrapnel and change. Right. So everything's come to a little bit of a pause, and that's not good. So I think what I'll do for this episode, we will call it here, and then next episode we'll pick up. We have hit some of our targets. We've managed to expand, which is nice. The base is now getting there. This has got some guns, which is nice. Although, so this is a dedicated defense station, and maximum guns we're going to have 55 batteries, 59 anti-fighter. If we look at the Warcog stations, alright, there's not enough as many batteries, but because of all the storage modules, we've got like 210 anti-fighter. So yeah, they're pretty tooled up, these Warcog stations. Because originally I was thinking, well, it's a bit of a money sink for something that might be attacked. If we get attacked by capital ships, we're a bit damned. But anti-fighters, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to deal with them. That's got a nice chunk of station batteries on it. What's that? So we've got 2 of those pad blocks. I bet they're all defense. A lot of defense things. Cool. So yeah, so we'll save up some more pennies. It might be worthwhile. I mean, for how long this is going to take, we'll probably actually be able to build one quicker in Bastion and send it down. How much is one in Bastion? With buy ships. Large. And what was it? We wanted a victory on the 24 million. So we might actually do that. Cancel. Thank you. So I'm going to do this. Get this sorted out. I'll not build the fleet without anyone. Oh, you're down on missile components as well. But one thing, actually, what we can do is we can go. Or would that make more sense if we did that instead? Because we can always transfer some missile components. We can do transfer wares. You remember that ship I ordered and cancelled? Well, actually, I would like it. I've changed my mind. Well, you don't need as many either, do you? How many can we get? 100? Boop. 22 million. Thank you. Okay, excellent. So we've got the victory done. Who are you fighting with? Oh, they're not attacking mine. I get very nervous when I'm on the CSA station, just in case we start getting shot at. We need to find a builder for this station as well, because it's been attacked at some point. I think one of the power plants, solar panels has gone, and these stations also need some docking ports put on for larger ships because they've not got any. So I'm going to do that as well at some point while we're off screen. But for now, that is all. Thank you for watching as per usual. And until next time.